Welcome to Troy, Alabama. A lot of fans might think that running through the tee is reserved for the Volunteers of Tennessee. But the Trojans here at the Vet would strongly disagree as we are set for a showdown on the Wiregrass. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the Troy Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Trojans will kick it away to start us off. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. So the Troy Trojans offense will get the first possession of the game. And there he is. When you build a tight end, you'd build one just like this, especially with those reliable mitts, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, he makes big plays in big games. Watch for him on third down in the red zone. He has a chance to leave an impact in this game.
Well, it's so nice to have such a big body that when he's covered, he's open.
Just plowing down the field. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. He's going to pass. Trying to make magic with his feet. At the 35, he's loose. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Troy! I can't imagine that going any better.
What a great start for this offense. Opening drive, come out, have success. You know, most offensive coordinators script their first 5 to 10 plays. Looks like that script went pretty well.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the returner goes down. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense will have its first possession of the game. And both of these teams love to use the tight end, Jesse, and they do it very well.
Both of these quarterbacks know who their go-to guy is. It's the tight end, as you just mentioned, Reese. These guys find ways to get open, and they make their quarterbacks look good.
Oh, they make them look real good. Big, strong bodies can catch the football, can make plays after the catch. The modern tight end position just continues to expand.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
The Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He's got great speed. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Got his man, and he's running in the open. Touchdown, Trojans. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
This is a special talent playing the tight end position because he's not a guy that's just going to catch flat routes and block. He's a guy you can line up all over the field. He can stretch the field vertically, shows off his speed. He has very rare athleticism for a guy at his position, and he showed it there on that long touchdown catch.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Watkins. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And a good pickup there. They'll move the sticks for a first down. Let's see if they try to get another snap before the quarter expires. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Troy is on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. And the Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Gets it out fast. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to the air one more time. Fires to the big fella. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball.
Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Back to throw, it's Dart. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And it's right down the boulevard. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Oregon is currently ahead right now in Autzen Stadium, but they just haven't been able to separate themselves offensively. They're up by 7 over the Sharks. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Whew, boy, his freshman quarterback has a host, and he's seeing that thing in there. Comes out throwing on first down. He's got an open man. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. First and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Troy!
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap it off with a 32-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Power football with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one so far in Troy today.
And the Trojans will line to kick off and start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs.
And they get to the quarterback and knock it down back at the 16. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The Rebels will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Floating away. Keeps it going. He's going to run it. Oh, what a cut! All down at the 38-yard line, and a big pickup of 15 yards there. They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. Looking to move it through the air. Working the middle, it's complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Got his man downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Trojans trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans! And the stomping has commenced.
And another good touchdown drive by this offense. And how about the start to the season? Blowout win in game 1. Blowout win looking like in game 2. This unit's clicking. They're looking like a team that will be reckoned with when the playoffs start late in the year.
And the extra point gives them a 28-3 lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm.
Hit the afterburners, kid. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3 as they get set to snap it. Time winding down here in the quarter.
42 Spider. 4-2.
Dropping back, it's Dart using the quick game. He's in open space downfield. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Troy is on top. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 28-10. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. Verm firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, Dave. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. Throws to the wideout. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run play action. Fires left. He's got it. Touchdown, Troy. And the route is on.
Salt into her wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Watkins. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positive.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. And the Trojans have taken it inside the 20. Looking to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
He's going to pass on second down. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game. And the defense gets the big third down stop, creates some momentum. Hey, I don't know if they're going to go for it on fourth down, but the defense is continuing to fight, continuing to hustle, continue to fly around. These are positive signs from a group that you know needs to continue to grow, needs to continue to build, needs to continue to get better.
And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Getting some heat. He'll go down in a bit of an unusual way to bring this game to a close. I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a blowout, but this team said, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
It's so true, Reese. I mean, they had a lot of dudes that we were talking to leading up to this game just had a chip on their shoulder. They just didn't feel like they were being respected, and they wanted to come out and they wanted to prove a point. And David, they did exactly just that.
And it's so much easier to be the underdog. It's so much easier to coach that team and you go, hey, they're ranked. Everybody's talking about them. You don't have a chance. It just builds all that momentum, all that hate, and you just pour it out on the field.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Powell. Welcome to Troy, Alabama. A lot of fans might think that running through the tee is reserved for the Volunteers of Tennessee. But the Trojans here at the Vet would strongly disagree as we are set for a showdown on the wiregrass. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the #3 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the Troy Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Trojans will kick it away to start us off. Coming out with it, it's Cook. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the Texas Longhorns return team will have that offense backed up. And this big fella can beat you in a number of different ways in the passing game, David.
Yeah, so much fun to have a guy that I can rely on, that can beat guys over the middle of the field, that can beat man-to-man coverage. This guy's the ultimate weapon.
And I love that this guy has an awesome catch radius. You don't have to be perfect as a quarterback when you throw to him. He can make you look good.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. This offense has a second down play. To throw, it's Ewers. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line. Hookem is hooking up with some big plays in the passing game.
Finding their guys down the field. You think about offenses that Texas usually have, some form of spread, and then find those elite guys on the outside that can win those matchups for you and make those big plays.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Takes the handoff. It's Baxter. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Bond. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He caught it, and he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Texas! Let me tell you, that opening script was a masterpiece. Send that baby to Hollywood, and it's a blockbuster.
I think so, and A-listers all over the field for this offense. You saw some of the playmakers they've got and the speed. Great job going out and executing on that opening drive.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Trojans offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And I think we're going to see plenty of big plays, especially when you have a couple of guys who can spin the beam like these dudes, Jesse.
These are two guys that can reach every corner of the field, every throw.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one,
Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
and you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Coming after it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break.
42 Spider.
From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. And the Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. Pressure coming. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they broke the lead.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. They're trying to get to it. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the 1st down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. They don't even consider the 47-yard field goal attempt, and they'll try to pick it up on 4th down and short. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
They get him down after he makes the catch. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Ewers. Grabs it in the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the 1st.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the 2nd half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the 1st half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime.
3:25.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They want to throw it. Trying to get to him. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one so far in Troy today.
The Longhorns will boot it away to start the second half. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. The popular catchphrase for quarterbacks is extending the play. The defense cut off the extension.
Yeah, and the defense just kept coming. You know, one guy missed, 2 guys missed. It doesn't matter. That's the sign of a really good defense. The guys that swarm to the football, and you look on tape and you're like, are they playing with 11? Or they have 12 or 13 because they play so fast. Great job continuing to hunt the football.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Lewis. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Complete in the middle. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. We've reached the end of the third quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal?
Get set, ready.
He's looking to throw. Touchdown, Troy! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
Now for the extra point try late in the game. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. App State overcame a tough opponent, and not only that, a raucous crowd. The Mountaineers tuned out all the noise and showed this team can win on its field, your field, or a neutral field. Well done.
Caught over the middle. It's Golden.
The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Got it in the middle. It's Bolden. Stopped after making the catch. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Ball in the air. Intercepted. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Trojans. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
Man, what a play by this defense. You're trying to get the ball back to your offense, trying to salt this game away and get the win. Not only do you create the turnover, you get the touchdown. Now you take a 2-score lead late in this ball game. This defense just stepped up in a big moment.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Looking to throw, it's Ewers.
And man, it can be dangerous when quarterbacks get outside the pocket. They can stress your defense so bad. You better chase them. You got to keep running as hard as you can and try to get to him before he can throw that football, and especially square those shoulders up. Nice job by the defense continuing to pursue, even though he got outside the pocket.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Taking it the other way. He goes out of bounds at the 7-yard line, but what an opportunity after that pick.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Troy.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Just about set to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Texas offense. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game. He's got the tight end. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. Back to pass. It's Ewers. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. One more play to pad the stats. To the air on first down. Feeling some heat. Stands in and takes the hit. And that pass is incomplete. They were going for the consolation touchdown, but to no avail, and that's going to do it for this one. Looking back on it, this game probably falls precisely into the definition of a trap game. Trap was set, sprung, and the underdogs come up with the win.
And that's why we go, you know what? I don't take your rankings. I'm not worried about your rankings. They don't matter to me. We're going to go out and beat this team. We're better than this team. A lot of times those rankings don't mean a lot to a lot of people, and you can tell it didn't mean a lot to this team, and that's why they came out and pulled the upset.
Absolutely, David. I mean, that's why you play the games. This team knew they had to come out. They were going to have to put their best foot forward in order to get the W. They did just that. They're talented. They're obviously motivated. I can't wait to see how they follow this up in their next game.
Welcome to Troy, Alabama. A lot of fans might think that running through the tee is reserved for the Volunteers of Tennessee. But the Trojans here at the Vet would strongly disagree as we are set for a showdown on the wiregrass. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and we've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Troy Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Trojans will kick it away to start. And he's coming out of the end zone. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Nittany Lions return team certainly didn't do the offense any favors there. And there he is, the man, David, that they build this entire attack around.
And it's so nice to have a guy that makes everything easy for the people around him. The quarterback plays better because the feature is clear who that is.
And we all hold our breath every time this guy touches the football. He's able to take it the distance on any given play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The Nittany Lions decide to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So Troy's offense has the ball for the first time. One thing to watch, can this guy get in the quarterback's head and make him take a peek at the rush, David?
Dang, Skippy, that's what you want to do. You want to make this guy a little bit more human and not as much of a game breaker at the quarterback spot. Get some pressure on him, hit him a few times.
He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he can't hurt you if he's laying on his back. And this defensive end can put him there often.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Extending the play. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run at the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
I mean, you talk about calling a pretty good defense you feel good about, and you take away the pass, and what does the quarterback do? He pulls it down and just shows the speed, basically becomes a running back, takes it all the way to the house, and makes your defense look silly.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the house call coming on the run from the 23. He'll bring it out. It's Saunders. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He finds his man. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Grab behind the line. It's Wallace. And more yards after contact. He's loose. Inside the 10. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State!
Number 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance.
Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to escape and get it himself. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. They're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw on 3rd. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Oh, what a move! They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a 1st down. And the Trojans trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Troy!
That's exactly what you want from your offense, man. Late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, and take all the momentum execution of the drive by that offense.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some
Oh, look out! A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. To the air, it's Allard. Working that left side now. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. He's back to throw on second down. Finds a man in the middle. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. The sure hands, it's Fleming. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Good enough for a first down.
He's looking to throw it. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half.
And you just got to wonder if the pass rush affected the QB's accuracy on that throw. He had his guy wide open in the end zone, but he had to throw a split second faster than he wanted to, and the ball got away from him.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Snags it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. One more snap coming before halftime. Looking to go up top on first down. Gonna let it fly. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the bent bread basket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
The Nittany Lions will kick it off to start the second half.
Set to kick off.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. Now here's a chance after that score late in the first half to open the second half by putting another drive together.
It would be so awesome for this squad. Like, you did your first job. You took care of the 2-minute drill. Now come out, Jesse. Continue that momentum. Continue that feel-good juice you had in the locker room.
And this offense should be feeling that good juju, too, because they did some nice...
The expressway is wide open. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. This offense just gets a bolt of energy when they get a play like that. Now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. Oh, he got loose. Touchdown, Troy. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Reese, that's 3 for a young man. I mean, this dude's smelling the end zone. Anytime he gets near it, you know he's going to lower his shoulder, do whatever it takes to get in the end zone. The hat trick, the 3rd touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. K-State has the lead right now. The Little Apple has been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 11 over Arizona. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Nittany Lions line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
On second down, he'll let it fly. He'll pull it down and run. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Troy is on top. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. First down to start the drive after the break. He's going to pass. He's got an open man. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Trojans with the 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Pocket starts to collapse. He'll pull it down. Got enough space. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Trojans. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
With that last touchdown, looks like they're going to start this season 4-0, and you've got to be impressed with what you've seen so far from this team. We knew coming in on paper this team had a chance this season, but until the lights go on, until you actually go out and do it for real, you can't believe just how good they are. But they've shown now, starting 4-0 on the year, this is a team that's going to contend for a national championship.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
This might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
That's a first down for the offense.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. To the air. It's Aller. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Looking to throw on second down. He finds a soft spot in the middle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.